Howdy, this is Lemmy with RevZilla TV, here to talk to you today about Biltwell stuff for your hands. If you are considering any of the Biltwell products that go north of the triple trees, they're going to solve two problems for you. They're going to make your bike look better, you're going to get rid of ugly bike syndrome, and they're also likely going to make your hands, wrists, and arms feel a little bit better. If you're checking out new bars or risers, you probably have some sort of problem with your bike that's making you uncomfortable. Biltwell bars should be able to solve that, so should their risers and their grips. These will cover a wide variety of bikes. Most non-touring Harleys, because these are 1-inch bars, are fairly narrow, but there are also some 7/8-inch options like the Biltwell Keystones you see over here. So if you're rocking an older or modern Triumph or even a metric chop, Biltwell probably has at least a little something that's going to fit you, but primarily their stuff's going to be Harley based. Installation ranges anywhere from 1 to 2 beards on our 3-beard scale of difficulty. Something like a grip is pretty easy to install. 1 beard, most people should be able to do it without too much instruction. However, if you're going to do something like a set of bars and you're really changing height up, you may wind up having to change up some cables. So that could move out to like a 2-beard level of difficulty. Let's jump into who Biltwell actually is. Biltwell is a super nifty company out of SoCal made up of cool guy bros. These are guys who ride a lot and they don't believe in the billet barge BS you see everywhere else. These guys are making real working Joe parts, and the design philosophy is reflected in their parts. These are also a bunch of dudes too who are into outdoor sports. BMX comes to mind almost exclusively with skateboarding. These guys love BMX bikes and it shows in items like their grips. I have a set of thrusters here. You can see this cool diamond pattern on here. These look exactly like the grips I remember on my bicycles as a kid. And all of the grips that Biltwell offers almost kind of have that same feel. They really remind you of your BMX bike. When you were a little kid, you know, your favorite thing is sinking your hands into those soft rubber grips, and you really get the exact same feel on your motorcycle now with these grips that Biltwell offers. Moving on to their risers, you can see I've got a set of Biltwell Murdochs here, and we also have the slim lines. The Murdochs are super cool. They're really heavy. You guys can't feel this right now, but I can. This is a really weighty piece. This is a riser that's investment cast and it's made to last. This is going to be on your bike for the life of the bike, and likely it'll be on the bike you have after this one too. It's just a solid, super beefy piece. The slim lines are almost the direct opposite. Also investment cast, but they're made to really hug the tree, sit down low, and give the attention to your bars. Bars are something Biltwell does really, really well. They're making these things out of 4130 chromoly, and the thing I love about them is they really do have a lot of the 60s and 70s sort of vibe to them. Some of those skinny, cool bikes that you've seen in the old, in the old magazines and the old Easy Riders and the old Street Choppers were wearing bars like this. The guys would weld up in their garage, skinny with crazy bends that you didn't really see and really aren't available outside of making them up yourself. Well, Biltwell makes that easy for you. They're making some of those non-traditional bars. They do have a couple more traditional bent bars. However, I think their bread and butter really is these sort of weirder, skinny, strange, homemade looking deals without the hassle of having to make them yourself. So that's a really nifty option in the sea of bars that kind of all look the same. I think my favorite thing about the entire Biltwell line of products is the value. You're getting really solidly built stuff at a price that's not going to break your bank. You can buy a couple of nice Biltwell pieces and still have some cash in your wallet to do other stuff to your bike. They recognize that most of us out there have jobs and we're working for a living, and they take care of us on the price, and you're getting a lot of bang for the buck. The final item I want to cover more in depth was just installation. We had touched on earlier, the installation is going to run somewhere between 1 and 2 beards worth of difficulty on that 3-beard scale we have. Something like a set of grips is really easy. Just about all of you should be able to install them without massive amounts of direction. However, something like a bar installation where you may have to either reroute or replace cables can get a little trickier. If you don't know how to adjust your clutch cable or maybe adjust your throttle cables, that's going to be something you want to have a buddy come over and help you with, or possibly even drag it down to the local shop. They should be super familiar with doing bar swaps. Should be something they do a couple times a day at minimum. Just as a little op-ed piece here too, I would also encourage you to consider what bars you're buying with what front end. As a general rule at RevZilla, we tend to think that skinnier bars tend to look good on skinny front ends. Those of you with 35 or 39 millimeter front ends, you're going to want to look at some of the super narrow options like the H-bar. But if you have a wider front end, maybe say a wide glide or an FL, a 41 millimeter, you're going to want something maybe a little bit wider. It's not going to look quite as goofy. You need a little bit of space between your uprights to make everything look balanced. Don't take my word for it though. These are crowd favorites. Check out what the crowd has to say about them. Click below, see what these riders are saying. Everybody loves these things, and we're sure you're gonna too. If you've got questions beyond what we covered in the video, give us a holler, especially if you don't know exactly what you need to order. A Gear Geek can help you make sure you get all the stuff you need to get the job done right the first time. See us at RevZilla.com. You can get them by email, or you can always give us a call, 877-792-9455. I'm Lemmy. I'm out of here.